The Diplomat is at the top of Netflix with viewers across the world enthralled by the political drama from Deborah Kahn, whose past creates include Homeland and The West Wing. The 8-part series follows career diplomat Kate Weiler, played by Kerry Russell, and her husband Hal, Rufus Sewell, who are at odds over their work and marriage. Kate has been bumped up to the American ambassador in London and is trying to stop the war from breaking out. However, Hal is struggling to take a back seat as his wife shines. Hal keeps undermining Kate, throwing their marriage onto a knife edge with the ambassador hoping to divorce him. But Hal throws a spanner in the works when he suggests Kate is being tapped up by the White House to become vice president and she can't be divorced. How did The Diplomat on Netflix end? Episode 8 was called The James Bond Clause and saw Kate trying to broker a deal with the French to arrest Roman Lenkov, despite Prime Minister Nicole Trowbridge, Rory Kinnear, being unhappy with it and describing the terrorist as a faceless mafioso who claimed the lives of 41 servicemen. Kate and Hal were still at odds. Kate offered Hal an olive branch and asked if she could do a speech at Chatham House instead of her because she was off to Paris. Hal reluctantly agreed to do with their marriage still in choppy waters. Kate was sent to Paris after much confusion about the Paris meeting. Kate and British Foreign Secretary Austin Dennison, David Jossi, went to meet with Brielle Fournier, Nikki Sebastian, about arresting Lenkov, but the initial talks failed. The French politician said she wished Britain was still part of the EU and how they could have found a solution together. However, Dennison said a later talk between just Kate and Fournier would work as he'd intentionally undermined her in front of the French politician to help build an affinity between the two women. Don't miss: Meghan Markle felt second fiddle in coronation plans, expert claims, insight. Rose Ayling-Ellis shares King's lovely gesture ahead of coronation. Latest: Yellowstone's Kaylee Riley shares tribute to colleague on new show. Update: Hayford and Idra's Row White House Chief of Staff Billy Apia, Nana Mensah, spoke to Idra Graham, early on, and made sure she was up to date with making Kate the vice president. Shortly after this video call, Stuart Hayford, Edo Essendo, spoke to Idra and confirmed the current vice president was getting tossed and they wanted Kate to step in. But Hayford told her others didn't think Kate was vice president material and so this wouldn't happen. Idra also realized Hayford had tried to sabotage her career as well and walked away from him disgusted and ended their romance. The Chatham House speech: Hayford wasn't happy with Kate's decision to allow Hal to give the speech as it invoked the Chatham House rule, which meant anything cited couldn't be attributed to Kate and so was bad for her public image building. However, Hal chose to waive the rule for the Chatham House speech, but Kate seemed to be less happy when she found out Billy Apia would be seeing it. Hal then took to the stage at Chatham House and seemed to sabotage Kate initially before saying diplomacy never worked, until it finally did. His words went down a treat and afterwards, Hal agreed to meet with Tory MP Merritt Grove, Simon Chandler, something which Kate forbade. Kate confessed to Dennison her marriage was ending again during a heated call. Kate accused Hal of reaching for the Secretary of State after offering Grove access to Apia. She told Dennison she was upset with Hal and wanted to talk things out given diplomacy was her life's work. Kate and Fournier met at the party. Kate opted to wear the red dress in the end as she meant business and was fed up with Hal's damaging actions. Fournier and Kate had another chat about the proposal the French politician agreed to, including allowing British operatives to be there for the arrest. But there was of course a twist in the tale when Fournier said she'd been given intelligence suggesting Lenkov would be assassinated rather than just arrested. Kate was left shocked and hastily left the event, confirming to Denison Fournier had agreed to the deal. She headed back to her hotel room feigning sickness. Hayford and Buckford tried to meet with Grove after much to-ing and fro-ing. Hayford said he would meet with Grove, but Hal insisted he would be attending the meeting as well. Hayford said Hal was essentially selling access to the White House, which the latter was left angry about. When Hayford and Buckford turned up, Grove refused to meet with them and wanted to see Hal, leaving the restaurant abruptly. Kate confronted Denison. Kate asked if Denison had known Lenkov was going to be assassinated all along and if he was in on it. She said the French police had been told to stand down while British special operatives conducted a bin Laden-style raid on Lenkov. Denison said the suggestion was absurd and it would bring down Nicole Trowbridge's entire government. Moreover, he said Lenkov was more valuable alive as he could have useful intel to help capture more dangerous people. Denison said it would be possible to issue a kill order but only under special authorization, which would need approval and a signature from him. Kate told Denison, "A dead Lenkov is only good for the people that hired him." She was suggesting Trowbridge was the one who hired Lenkov and so wanted him dead to cover his tracks. The final scenes as Grove walked away from Hayford and Buckford, Hal was approaching from the other direction. Just as the Tory MP reached his car, it exploded in a fiery ball with uncertainty about Hal and the others' fates. In Paris, police rushed to alert Kate about what had happened in London and she was left teary-eyed. The whole show was left on a cliffhanger as it was unclear what would happen with Lenkov and Kate's own future both personally and professionally. The Diplomat is streaming on Netflix now.
From above.